I've always thought cool was strange, because the harder somebody tries to look cool, the less cool they usually become. You can buy the clothes, the car, the watch, get into the right places, know the right people, and somehow, none of that guarantees it. Meanwhile, somebody can walk into a room wearing a white t-shirt and old jeans, barely say anything, and everybody notices them. So what is that? Because it can't just be style. Although style matters, it can't just be confidence. Plenty of confident people are annoying as hell, and it definitely isn't popularity. Some of the coolest people were misunderstood while they were alive. I think about Miles Davis, the sunglasses, the clothes, the Ferrari. All of that became part of the mythology. But Miles would have been Miles without any of it. The clothes worked because they seemed like an extension of somebody who already knew exactly who he was. Same with Aaliyah. Baggy clothes when everybody expected beautiful young R&B singer to dress a certain way. Sunglasses. That quiet demeanor. Nothing ever seemed forced. She wasn't asking for permission to be different. She just was. And maybe that's the beginning of it. Cool might be what happens when somebody stops negotiating with the room. Not disrespecting it. Not trying to dominate it. Just not changing themselves every time the audience changes. That's why some people can wear something completely ridiculous and somehow pull it off, while somebody else can copy that exact same outfit and it looks like a damn costume. One person chose it because they liked it. The other chose it because they hoped you would. You can feel the difference, and I think that extends way beyond clothes. Cool people tend to have things they genuinely care about. Music nobody introduced them to. Books they actually read. Places they go whether anybody else thinks they're interesting or not. Opinions they arrived at themselves. There's an inner life there. And maybe that's what we're responding to. Not mystery exactly. Independence. Because real cool doesn't seem desperate for witnesses. Steve McQueen had it. Basquiat had it. Sade has it. Prince definitely had it. But you've probably known somebody who had it too. Maybe your uncle. Somebody from your neighborhood. The older guy at the barbershop who never seemed impressed by anything. They weren't famous. Nobody photographed them walking into restaurants. But something about the way they carried themselves made you pay attention. And that's why I don't think cool can really be purchased. You can purchase the ingredients people associate with it. Great clothes. Beautiful objects. Access. But cool seems to disappear the moment those things become evidence you're trying to submit. Maybe that's the irony. Everybody wants to know how to become cooler. What to wear. What to drive. Where to go. How to talk. Because the people we eventually call cool usually weren't following that instruction manual. They were too busy becoming themselves. And everybody else eventually started taking notes.